There, and welcome to this free training on getting to know what to do for your nutrition. So, have you ever wondered or wished that you just knew what to do? You didn't have to think about it, it just came naturally to you. Well, today we're going to talk about that a little bit. I'm going to offer you a few strategies to get you started on your way. And for us to do that, we're actually going to start by having a little bit of fun with a visualization. So, what I want you to do is take a really nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth, and close your eyes. Okay, so we're going to take some time with our eyes closed, and we're going to begin imagining that we are beside a very large river. So, I want you to take a little bit of time to just imagine that scene, what it looks like. Is there trees? Is it sandy? Is it grassy? Really, really put yourself in the picture beside the river. Now, the river that you are beside, it is not a calm and flowing river. It's a raging, angry, thrashing river. The river is wide, and you know, while you have yourself in this situation, that there's an urgency for you to cross to the other side. It is safe for you. You need to get safe by crossing to the other side. As you begin to look around your surroundings and trying to sort out how you're going to get across to the other side, you notice that there is a pile of pebbles beside you. Now it's a fair sized pile of pebbles. Maybe it's about 2 feet, 3 feet high, maybe 2 or 3 feet wide, and 2 or 3 feet deep. Take some time to imagine this pile of pebbles beside you. While there are plenty of pebbles in this pile, they're not going to be able to help you cross the river. No matter how you configure them, how you place them and stack them, the raging river is just going to push them down the stream, and you're going to be left with no way to cross. So you take a breath and you begin to walk down the river. You notice that there is a large bend in the river, and just around that bend are 4 giant boulders. The boulders are staggered across the river. There's only 4, but it appears that maybe if you're careful and sure-footed, you just might be able to make it across. You decide to give it a try. You hop on the first boulder. It's an easy hop from the riverbank. The boulder has a nice flat spot that you were able to gain traction on. As you look to the next boulder, you notice that this is going to be a bit of a jump. It's going to be a bit trickier. But you take a moment, you look for a great spot to land, and you go for it. You find your footing and you find traction once again. So when you first look at the next boulder, once you've kind of regained your composure and you're on that next one, you do notice there's a couple slippery spots on the boulder you're standing on, and you want to make sure that you avoid those as you go to the next boulder. You're noticing now that you're halfway there. You've made it halfway across the river. You have 2 more boulders ahead of you. That's all that it takes to get to the other side. This jump is a bit further than the last one. However, you are feeling more confident in yourself, and you're able to give it all you've got to jump to the next boulder. And then the next. Huh, that was easier than you thought. You finally made it to the last boulder. The bank is within your sights, and all you have to do is make a quick hop to get to safety. Once you make it to the riverbank, you look back at the path you took and realize, despite the raging river around you, you were able to focus on the big rocks and make your way to safety. Our nutrition can often feel like that raging river. We toss in hundreds of pebbles, but we are unable to actually make anything stick to create a system that will lead us to where we want to go. When you are ready to make a change, I want you to start thinking about those big rocks. You're going to start with just one big rock, just one, and keep moving from there. Without one of those big rocks on this river, you wouldn't have been able to make it to safety. So you might be wondering, what does all of this mean? What does this visualization teach you on this journey? And so I'm going to share this with you now. So when it comes to your nutrition, there are 4 big rocks: protein, carbs, fat, and vegetables. When you want to start your journey, we're not going to tackle each one of those things all at the same time. So when we think about all those tiny little pebbles, that's kind of what we're doing, is just throwing everything out there and hoping that something will work. Instead, we're going to break it down and we're going to focus on one big rock at a time. So let's start saying you want to focus on protein first. First thing that you can do here is look at where you're getting protein in your day. Are you really good at getting it at supper time? Not so great at getting it at breakfast or lunch? Start adding a little bit more protein at dinner. The ultimate goal, the ultimate minimum, is at least 1 serving of protein at breakfast, lunch, and supper. So what does that look like? So if you take the palm of your hand and you look at the size of that and the thickness of it, that is 1 serving of protein. So you're going to aim to get lean protein that size of your palm, thickness of your palm at every meal. So you might ask me, well, Rhonda, what about eggs? What about Greek yogurt or things like that? That's what I like to reach for at breakfast time. Big thing with eggs is they are awesome. They have lots of great protein, but it's really easy to overdo the fat with them. So we can boost our eggs up with some egg whites. So still eat the whole egg, but we're going to add some egg whites in there as well. You want to be striving for a minimum of 20 grams of protein per meal. If you can boost that up to 30, that's awesome. That's even better. But to start, we're looking at 20 grams of protein at every meal, or 1 palm size thickness at every meal. Okay, that's our first big rock. Before we tackle any other big rocks, we're going to get one of those down first. When it comes to carbohydrates, we're going to focus on getting 1 to 2 cupped handfuls. So if we cup our hand like this, of carbs at every meal. So that's all we're going to focus on, making sure we're getting a minimum of 1 to 2 cupped handfuls per meal. The next big rock is fat. So this is a thumb size of fat. So what does that mean? So if you were going to have a serving of cheese, we're going to cut off that size of cheese about the same size as your thumb. Another really great way for you to compare this is it's roughly about 1 tablespoon. So if you're using oils, nuts, seeds, anything like that, you're going to go for about a tablespoon. That's going to be your 1 serving. Focus on that before we move on to anything else. You see how we're going to just keep working on these big rocks, and we can start building those skills so that we can be successful and actually start to see and notice the changes. The next big rock is vegetables. So vegetables, we want to focus on getting 4 to 6 fist-sized servings, so the size of your fist, total throughout your day. So that may mean you'll have a really big salad at lunchtime and some veggies at dinner time and not have any at breakfast time. Or you're going to divide those portions up throughout your day. Maybe it's going to be in snacks, things like that. So that's it, guys. So tell me, you can comment below, what is the first big rock that you're going to focus on? If you have any questions, let me know.